Man, let's see who hops on here for this. This is crazy. Welcome, everybody. I just put out a video, but if you haven't seen it, Jacob DeGrom just signed a 5-year deal with a 6-year option with the Texas Rangers. He's coming to the American League. It actually happened. He actually left the Mets. Man, let's see who hops on here. What's up, everybody? Let me know who's in here in the comments, and let's talk about it, man, because this is nuts. 5-year deal, $185 million with a 6-year option to take it up to $222 million, which is $37 million per season. $37 million per season. This guy hasn't stayed healthy in probably 3 years, for even a half a season. So this is a huge outlay by a bold ass team, Texas Rangers. But they are serious about doing. What's up, Carl? What's up, Jonathan? Jacob DeGrom just signed with the Texas Rangers. Carl, let's see who else is in here. If you haven't heard, that's big time. $37 million per. $37 million per. I just want to get live and see everybody's reaction. If you haven't heard, I put up a video on it too with some more details, so go take a look at that. I put out everything that's come out today that's of significance. It's in the channel. It's in the channel. So Vinny, crazy. Maria, crazy, right? Anthony, I was just saying that too. A lot of money for a pitcher who hasn't stayed healthy for even half a season in like 3 years. So it's big money, but they spent a lot of money on the offensive side, and now they're spending a lot of money on pitching. I don't think they're done yet either. Don't be surprised if they get Rodon too. Don't be surprised, okay? But now the Mets, I think, are going to quickly pivot, excuse me, to Verlander or Rodon. Don't be surprised if, they get one of those either. They're going to have to now because they're probably going to lose Bassett and Taijuan Walker too. So they could lose 3 starters, the Mets. And I'm telling you, Carl, the same thing. Put a time limit on Judge, or just don't, whatever they do, just sign guys right now. And it's pretty clear. And I saw this earlier that Hal is willing to chase Judge where Cashman is not. I'm on Team Cashman in this one here. $300 million is plenty. Okay, plenty for 30 year. He's going to be 31 years old. But anyone see that MLB News Judge took Yankees off IG? No, I didn't see that. I'm not sure he was following him to begin with, but if he takes him off, he takes him off, The Mets are going to go after Verlander hard. The holding point right now between Verlander and Astros has been the 3rd year. He wants the 3rd year. The Astros haven't gone beyond 2. So I could see the Mets willing to give him the 3rd year, okay, and give him the same type of contract that, they were given to Max Scherzer right around there, because it's clear they were going to have to pay more than that to get DeGrom to come back, obviously, with that type of outlay. So, let the Mets get Verlander. The Yankees go hard after Rodon, please. Don't wait. Do not wait, right? So I wouldn't worry about the Judge speculation on the social media stuff. That's also normal stuff as well. But for those that haven't heard, Jacob DeGrom, Texas Rangers, 5 years, $185 million. It's $37 per year with a 6-year option to take it to $222, with another 6-year option for $37 million per season as well. Crazy. We'll go live tomorrow night. I have a couple of guests on, but I wanted to go live and get your reaction to this one tonight. So we won't stay that long, but this is serious. Be sure to smash that like button, by the way, while you guys are here, if you don't mind. Let's get over 100 likes. But yo, Beck, man, Judge would play high price if they paid him. Yeah, Judge is clearly going for the big payday, and it's his right to do. Totally fine. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm going to agree, Carl. The Mets are probably on Verlander right now, the phone, and saying, we'll give you that 3rd year. But they're going to have 2 40-plus, aces at the top. So it's crazy. Judge will make a decision. He'll likely make a decision. We might get another big move tonight. We might get Verlander tonight. You never know. The Mets are going to counter. We know this with a quick move. Don't be surprised if they trade for Corbin Burns or something like that. Like, they can do this. They're bold and they're crazy. Steve Cohen is not playing. So, and again, neither is Texas. But this is what Texas has to do to get past a team like Houston in the AL West. They're going to have to invest hard. Now, this also might spur the Astros to give Verlander that 3rd year, because they'll be like, damn, DeGrom's coming to our division now. We got to give Verlander this 3rd year. So that might happen as well. So there's a lot of different, things that could happen here. I think Judge will sign during the winter meetings. Where is the winter meetings? Starts Sunday, goes to Wednesday. It's in San Diego. So we haven't had a winter meetings actually live since 2019, and last time it was in San Diego also. So we're kind of chomping at the bit to see what's going on here. But clearly the hot stove is boiling right now. Boiling. There's a bunch of other stuff as well. And today, so check out my channel. I put out a bunch of videos on all the moves that happened. A big trade between Milwaukee and Seattle. Rafael Montero, Miguel Castro from the Yankees. He left. He went to the American League. He went to the National League. So one of the Yankees relievers that they traded for, he's gone. Judge Hurry Up is killing. Yes. Well, this is the thing, Mike. I don't know why the Yankees are waiting on Judge's decision. Get other guys. If you want him to stay, get other guys that make it hard for him to leave, right? What are they doing is the question. What the hell's going on? It's crazy. It's crazy. So much for players waiting for Judge to sign. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They have the money. They can do whatever they want, Aiden. This is true. This is true. They have the money to spend on pitchers. Yes, absolutely, man. Jonathan, will they I hope so. I hope so. I really do. It's crazy. But you know what? It's just we have to face DeGrom more often now. And now that he's going to be in the American League. So the Yankees are going to have to do something, which is crazy. Eastside's a good question. Will he be healthy for that? I don't know. But this is the type of financial outlay people have to put out now for a guy like DeGrom. It's insanity. But can't blame the guy. He's living large right now. And he's going in Texas too, where he's going to get a hell of a lot more out of his money. He doesn't have to pay state taxes over there and stuff. So Michael, I'm with you too. Get your left field. Bring in Benintendi now. Bring in Yoshida now. Do something. Or Nimmo now. Do something, please. Right? We'd much rather get Verlander than Rodon. At this point, Adam, I tend to agree because his contract will be shorter and he's not attached to a qualifying offer. But I said this the other day. If Aaron Judge walks, right? And at this point, if San Francisco or any other team knows that they're going to have to significantly give out a bigger offer than $300 million. They know this already, so they have to be 330 or 340. Like 310 isn't going to do it. It's not going to get them to relocate for just an additional $10 million. So it's going to have to be significant. At that point, if it's 330 or 340, Yankees got to walk, man, because then they're going to have to beat them by the same amount probably and give them 370, 380. That we're venturing into insane territory. There's no way. No way. But again, Verlander too, he's not attached to a QO. Rodon is, but if they sign Rodon, see, this is the thing too. They're going to have to pay a second-round pick, a fifth-round pick, and $1 million international signing money. But the handful of teams that can sign Judge are also in that high penalty territory. So whatever they lose signing Rodon, they'll gain right back for a team that signs Judge. So it can offset itself. And again, a lot of the teams pick higher than the Yankees in the draft. So they'll get actually better picks too. So it's kind of a silver lining too. Not like I want Judge to leave, but like at some point they have to be smart here. The Rangers got, so for those that haven't heard, he got $185 million for 5 years, which is $37 million per year. He got a a 6-year option for another 37 to $222 million for over 6 years for Jacob DeGrom by the Texas Rangers. That is baller. We've got 100 folks in here. Welcome, everybody. If you haven't heard, Jacob DeGrom to the Texas Rangers. Smash that like button. Let's get over 100 likes if we can. That's greatly appreciated. We'll go longer live tomorrow, but I wanted to get this out to you immediately because this is the first big domino to fall. Other things are going to start trickling down now, too, and the winter meetings are not even here yet. And we'll go live during the winter meetings, too. RC from the NYC, thank you so much, brother. What's up, baby? The DeGrom signing is going to rip. Exactly. This is going to reverberate everywhere, RC. Everyone's going to hear it. Yes, and Cashman Howell better wake the F up, and don't be surprised if the Mets counter tonight with a Rodon or a Verlander to try to offset this. Because like I said a few minutes ago, too, they're probably going to lose Bassett, Taijuan Walker, and they're going to probably lose 3 starters. 3. Which is crazy. But, and they have the balls and the willingness to do whatever needs to be done. So, and this is Uncle Steve, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back and do something big. I did hear the Yankees were interested in Noah Syndergaard. It's probably going to cost 2 or 3 years to get him. But new report just came out. Well, we know the Mets are going aggressive on Verlander. They're going to be more aggressive now that DeGrom is gone. And apparently they told DeGrom about an hour ago and didn't choose to counter the offer because they were so far apart. So that's a huge offer. This is like a Cano style offer where you had so much extra money that the team threw at you. You can't not take it. So it's just like if somebody offers Judge $400 million, you have to let him go because that's like insanity. It's the same thing here, right? But again, Mets focusing on Justin Verlander. I'm not surprised at all because, he's the other pitcher out there and Rodon too. But, I hope the Yankees go hard after Verlander or Rodon. Taijuan Walker. Ross Stripling from the Blue Jays, Taijuan Walker. These guys could be secret weapons, but for like a 3 or a 4 spot on the pitching rotation. So you want a 1A or a 1B, it's got to be Rodon or it's got to be Verlander. That's it. Or you got to trade for a Corbin Burns if you want a number 1 pitcher. Simeon and DeGrom lost in Texas. Yeah. Well, this is the thing too, Gilbert. The Rangers are not close to competing yet, but they're not that far either. Like if they bring in somebody else with him, they're surely making money to invest to try to get to that point, even though it's going to be really hard to beat Houston Astros. But if they can get to the point where they get a wild card, it's a crapshoot. So, but these are the types of guys they have to get in order to get to that point to give themselves a chance. But they're going to need another pitcher too, like him and who else they have? John Gray and Jake Odorizzi. That's not enough. So some chatter Cleveland could trade Bieber. Yeah, it's going to cost a boatload. It will. But in this Texas situation, and Thomas, you're right, money talks. Like nobody was going to offer DeGrom that much money. So, he's not going to leave $60 million on the table just to come back to the Mets. So, by the way, smash that like button, gang. We got 121 people in here. Let's see if we can get over 100 likes. I appreciate you. Always appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody that supports the channel by subscribing and those that have memberships and all of you. I really thank you all. This channel wouldn't be where it is without you. So I thank you. I love you. And we're going to keep this thing going. Could we get Bogarts if they could? They could get Bogarts. So, Bogarts and Correa are probably the 2 most logical fits for the Yankees because of their positional versatility. Bogarts is familiar with the AL East. He's playoff tested. Correa is playoff tested too. He's the youngest of the crop too. Correa is 28. Bogarts and Trey Turner are 30, and I think Dansby Swanson's 29. So this is going to get heated up now. This is really going to get hot. So I'll put out anything. And if it's 1 o'clock in the morning, I'll put it out. I want to make sure you have all the videos. So if anybody in here is not subscribed to this channel, please do it before you leave. So, because I'm gonna load you up with everything. Would I take Yelich to get Burns? I would not, only because there's $175 million left on his deal. And that's going to turn into a more of a nightmare than Judge's contract's going to look like. Excuse me. I would not. I would give more to get Burns, but I wouldn't take Yelich back because that's way too much. They still need to. And I'm hearing that the Yankees are hesitant. They're working hard to move Donaldson and Hicks right now. So that might be holding things up a little bit for them too. But if them and Hal Steinbrenner has apparently said to Judge, we have enough for you and whatever else we need to get back to the World Series. They're back to their pre-pandemic revenues, but he seems to be willing to, they kind of made this clear that he's more willing to chase Judge than Cashman is. Cashman has a point where he's going to walk away, and he's stingy like that. So we'll see what happens with Judge. But these are, Tor. I think he's going to get traded, Aiden. Yeah. I think whether DJ stays, or he has to get surgery on his toe, I think they should trade Torres anyway, because they could just plug in Osvaldo Cabrera at second base. So I would try to get as much as we can get for Torres. And since Colton Wong is headed to Seattle now, in today's earlier trade, they don't need him anymore, so he's not going to Seattle. So the more likely destinations, at least in my opinion, or the better destination is Detroit. So they can try to get Gregory Soto or something like that, one of their relievers. So, well, exactly. Put your money where your mouth is, right? And that's the thing. Like, you got to do it. So, yeah, it is Hal's call at the end of the day. He owns this team. So, but yeah, things just, I didn't think this was going to happen tonight, but this is what happens like heading to the winter meetings. This is what happens in the MLB hot stove. You don't know when it's going to burn, but when it burns, it really burns. So, and there's a lot of activity that's going to happen for the next, well, through February until the spring training. So who's next to go? Probably, I'm going to say Verlander or Rodon. I'm going to say, because now that the Mets, particularly an aggressive team, just lost one of their top starters, they're going to try to replace him pretty quickly. So my guess is the Mets. They lost one. I think they'll replace him relatively quickly. So, again, he's trying to move Hicks and David Donaldson, Aiden. So we got to wait and see. Mets fans, thank you so much. I appreciate you. What will the Mets do? I think they're gonna either replace him with Verlander or Carlos Rodon. I can't see any other moves. But thank you for that, man. I appreciate that. And thank you again, RC from NYC. I think this is going to open up the floodgates too, Thomas. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Winter meeting starts Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And Wednesday's mostly the Rule 5 draft. So it's going to get heated up. I'll be live tomorrow night. We'll go over the latest. I got a couple of guests coming on. I got Hector from Yankees Morning Brew. I've got Pinstripe Chronicles coming on as well. So it's going to be a good one tomorrow night. And then I'll probably go live Sunday or Monday as well during the draft, during the winter meeting, so that if anything happens, I can report it to you live if anybody's on. So for those that are watching, we'll get it. You'll get it as soon as it pops out on live TV. So Max and Verlander don't get along. I didn't hear that, but I did not hear that. Rodon, Senga during the winter meetings. Yeah, I could see both of them going. Oh, man, Senga. Well, I could see Rodon and Verlander going. This might spur somebody too, you know. And look, if Verlander goes to the Mets, don't be surprised if Houston Astros sign Carlos Rodon to replace him. The dominoes could fall really quickly and really easily. And, you know, Rodon will cost more years but less dollars per year. So this is going to be nuts. Rangers are throwing money. Well, it's just kind of like the Mets did last year, right? Ron BC, they bought everybody and didn't make it so like. So it looks like the Rangers might be this year's Mets or version of this year's Mets, right? So, but yeah, I mean, it looks like they're throwing money away. 100%, Ron Beese. 100%, man. Not that I know of, Aiden. Call it right. Rodon to Yankees, call it right in this chat. Dude, if that happens, man, I would love to call that, Junior B. You know, I got my updates right here. Let's pull it up and see if anything's happened. So anybody hasn't heard, Miguel Castro, former reliever for the Yankees, signed with the Diamondbacks today. Colton Wong and Jesse Winker were traded for each other from Milwaukee and Seattle, and a couple other pieces. Nothing yet. Okay, just Rangers signed Jacob DeGrom. That's the latest right now in the hot stove. Let's refresh this too. Let's refresh the Twitter sphere. Let's see if anything. No, but this is what happens. I could like when I did a video earlier on the trade. While I was doing the video, the Red Sox signed one of the Dodgers relievers, Chris Martin. So like multiple things can happen, and you know, I won't miss Castro that much either. I mean, he was okay, but he was also had trouble staying healthy. He had trouble with control sometimes. So I mean. I hope the Yankees get another reliever. They got Junior Fernandez from Pittsburgh. That's going to be a big one, I think. But they need a couple of more. At least another good reliever. No Phillies news yet. All I hear is that all signs are pointing towards them signing Trey Turner. So, but it hasn't happened yet. Jeter's available for whatever he wants to do, Aiden. But what role is there for the Yankees? This is the question. I know they want him in the booth for Yes Network, but I don't know if he wants to do that. Steve Balboni, now you're bringing me back. That would be a pretty sexy signing. Word lifer. Mets fans, thank you again. Verlander to Mets feels inevitable. It does. It does. I mean, and again, that's like a perfect reactionary move to a DeGrom, right? Even though Verlander's 5 years or 6 years older than DeGrom. So it's going to have the same injury concerns. And even though he was magical the year after Tommy John, there's still a worry about his arm falling off, just like with Scherzer. He started getting hurt a little bit more often this past year too. So is the danger. So do I think the fans will turn on Judge if he takes 3 or 4 more weeks? No, I don't think they will. I mean, I think the fans are going to feel the way they feel. And, you know, fans that want him here are going to continue to want him. Fans that want him gone will continue to feel that way. I don't know if he's going to sway many people. I thought it was a good idea for the Yankees to pass on a monster deal. But it's his right to cash in. This is his one chance to do it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, Beck, I don't see Gino wanting to do games in the ESPN. Now, I can't see it either. Could do something a lot bigger, call time current Yankee if he wanted to. Yeah, he could. He could do something on ESPN. Or he could go to the Yankees front office and being a special advisor to Hal. Like he could do things. I don't see him being the GM though. Could Mets sign? Yes, they could, Mets fans. Most definitely. They could sign Verlander and Rodon. 100%. 100%. How much money the Yankees? I'm hearing 3 years, similar contract to Max Scherzer. So like 3 years, 125 million, something like that, or somewhere around there. Or 3 years, 110 million, or something like 35 million per for 3, somewhere around there. Could be more. Could be more also. Scherzer got 43 per year, but he was also like 2 years or 3 years younger. So, but Verlander's coming off a Cy Young, so it could be 3 years, 120. It could be 40 per. Mets going to pay 80 million for 4. Yeah, we don't know yet. We don't know. We really don't know yet at Thomas Acosta. They could pass on both of them and just do somebody else as well. So, I'm really curious to see what they're going to do. Rodon is more. Yeah, well, I think Rodon is more of a starter. At least, I would love for him to come to the Yankees. I would love for him to come to the Yankees. So you'll see a power lefty over here. He's a gamer. He's feisty. He's ballsy. I would love to see him here. And it would give Cole a 1B to push him. So MLB now saying the Yankees are talking to Verlander. Now I'm sure they hope they don't give him 3 as if they do bite. I think it's going to be 3. I think it's going to cost a team 3 years. He's not re-signing with Houston because they're not giving him a 3rd year. So unless they give him 2 years, 80 million or something like that, maybe that'll do the trick. But I don't know. That's going to be an interesting one. 100% Carl. Yankees need Benintendi now, not 2 weeks from now. Now, get the left field position taken care of. Okay. Yeah, Bassett is a good one, but for the back of the rotation, he's not going to be a front end of the rotation guy. Him, Ross Stripling from Toronto, who's been a good pitcher as well. So, but again, for like a 4 spot or a 3 spot, could be under the radar, good value guys. But like if they want a frontline dude, it's got to be somebody like Rodon or Verlander. So, if Hal gave all green lights, who would I rather have? Rodon. Rodon, Danny. I mean, it would be nice to have both, but I can't see that happening. When Reggie Jackson signed with the Yankees, it was a 5-year, yes, it was. $3.5 million down. The media lost him. I remember that. Nolan Ryan was also the first $1 million a year player in baseball. The Yankees signed Dave Winfield. It was like 10 years, I think, $20 million, like $2 million per. They went nuts. So exactly, RC. And I've been talking about this too, Trey. If Judge leaves, Benintendi's already gone. Okay, he's a free agent. So, but like if Judge leaves, Brian Reynolds and Brendan Nimmo on the corners would be phenomenal. Phenomenal. But I don't know if they're willing to give up what the Pirates would require for Brian Reynolds. But it can't hurt to try. And if they don't, then try to get Benintendi and Nimmo. That's a good value too. So, Cole, Verlander, Cortez, Montez, and Sevi would be, it would be pretty dope. It would be pretty dope. By the way, if anybody hasn't hit that like button, please hit that like button. Let's get the likes up. Can anybody see how many likes we have? Are we approaching 100? I can't see for some reason. Mets got to be at some point. Yeah, I mean, don't be surprised, Mayor, if the Mets sign Verlander or somebody else tonight or tomorrow, just to try to, because the Dodgers are in on Verlander too, and they could do like that too. 63 likes. So we got 63 likes, but 180 people in here. If anybody, please just smash that like button really quick. Let's get over 100. I appreciate you very much if you wouldn't mind doing that. It's very helpful to the channel when we get over 100 likes. Mets fans, they might sign Verlander tomorrow. They might sign him tonight. I'm keep looking at the refresh too. See here. So, all right, we're at 70 likes now. Thank you. Let's World Cup. Yeah. Let's have a look now. Nothing yet. Now let's go to the Yankees. Let's see. We get some updates here. Mets fans, thank you again for your generosity all night tonight. The Mets sign Verlander's rotate. No. No, not yet. I mean, because they might lose Bassett, they might lose Taiwan Walker. So if they sign Verlander, they don't be surprised if they get another guy. And once these guys are gone, who becomes the top starter? Jameson Taillon. His price is going to go up, which is why I really wish the Yankees would have given him a qualifying offer, because they would have gotten some prospects back for him as well. But they didn't give him to him a qualifying offer. So Yankees will boost the border or the order? No. What do you mean boost the border for Judge? Did you mean offer Aiden? I wouldn't do it. Now let's see if there's anything on the Yankees feed here. John Heyman. Yankees are in on Rodon and Verlander right now. Let's see, 10 hours. Nothing yet right now. Brody the Boss, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that super sticker, man. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. If I were a Mets fan, I'm not mad or pissed. Sucks was here. Yeah, I mean, it's true. It's your boy. I mean, Verlander's less of a risk. Well, anybody on a 3-year deal is less of a risk than DeGrom on a 5 or 6, but there's no way he was going to pass up that money. There's no way. And you know what, Thomas? I would have been fine if he took the QO, because this is 1 year and we know what we were getting with JMO. So he had the most wins on the team last year with 14. Oh, DeGrom's got to be ecstatic. He's got to be breakdancing in his underwear, probably in his living room. So, it's crazy. The Phillies looking to tie on the Angels, other teams too, Seattle. So if we lost Judge but get Rodon and Verlander, I'd be happy, but I'd still say we got to get a left. We still got to address the outfield, because pitching doesn't solve hitting needs, and neither does hitting solve pitching needs. So, but I'd be happy if they got both. I think a lot of people would be. Well, I haven't heard the Yankees say that wasn't the final offer, but I mean, personally, I would make it the final offer. But that's just me. Mets fans, thank you again. Look at Martino. Andy Martino. He does mostly Mets stuff, but let's see. Let's look up Andy Martino here, okay? While we got you on here. Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I think I'm going to be pretty surprised now if the Mets don't get Verlander. Andy Martino. I would not call Verlander a plan B for Mets, by the way. Team has been very impressed and enamored through a review process. Yeah, I mean, he's coming off a Cy Young Award. So is that what you're telling me, Mets fans, about Martino, that tweet? Stefano, I appreciate that, bro. Miami could be a suitor. I mean, I still think Detroit's a better fit. He's also close friends with Javi Baez. They need a second baseman, and they have a perfect reliever for us, Gregory Soto. So that's a good triangle or a good trifecta to me. But, I mean, Miami could be a fit. Brody the Boss, thank you again, brother. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate all your generosity. Appreciate everybody hanging out. 35 likes. 35 or 85? We were just at 70. Would I trade for Sean? I would consider it, Bill. I would consider it, because one of my I like Ben Rorfet, but he's so big. He's like a Hulk, and I hope he's not so injury prone. You know what I mean? He's been healthy, but you know what I mean? So I would. I mean, yeah, as a good perfect platoon for Jose Trevino, yeah. And he's got a better bat, so we need better offense from the catching position. So Verlander not plan B. We don't know. We don't know. Verlander could have been plan A, which is why they let DeGrom walk. Right? We have no idea. Giants should wait for Ohtani or Devers to hit free agency. Yeah, 90 likes. All right, we're almost at 100. We got 192 people in here. All right. Bold predictions. The Mets don't sign any top free agent pitcher. Oof. Well, I mean, it's a 50-50 chance of being true, but you could be right. I mean, Breck, letting J-Mo walk if Rodon's not a bad consolation prize for Jameson Taillon. So, yeah, exactly, man. But I could see the Mets making, and they could also try to counter with some offense too. We don't know what the hell kind of move the Mets are going to make, but I expect them to make a move. one way or another. You know, Yankees will get a 4th-round pick if another team signs Judge. It depends on which team. If they're in the top penalties sphere, then it's the 2nd round and a 5th-round pick and international signing money. So there are 3 tiers of penalties, and there are teams in certain tiers. I actually did a video on this. Take a look at it. Exactly which team have to pay a penalty, and the 4th-round pick is one of the tiers. I think it's the 3rd tier actually, but the top tier would have to pay 2nd round and a 5th-round pick. DeGrom top Cole's annual. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Well, exactly too, Michael. Yeah, I mean, some great contact guys, some gamers, some great pitching, some reliable pitching is the key. I don't necessarily always care about the highest ceiling. I want reliability. Guys that are just going to be there every 5 days, throw their innings, keep them in the game, and just, be consistent, not us worry about, whether their arm's going to fall off, or they're going to need Tommy John in a year or whatever. So that's why I worry about DeGrom and that money. But again, his talent level, when he's on, he's just unhittable. Oh, the porn chats, the porn trolls are here. Let's get them out of here. 18 secs. All right. Get out of here. We're talking about DeGrom. So we call Rodon, Cortez, Severino, and Herman Montez. I would be totally fine with that, JC. Not too bad at all, baby. Yankees would be smart to sign Nimmo and Benny as maybe a set. Yeah, I mean, Nimmo, and if Judge walks, signing Nimmo and Benny would be a perfect corner outfield situation, right? It's your boy. I mean, wouldn't you agree? To me, and a starter. Yeah, I mean, that would be a nice offseason. And then still get another reliever as well. That's where you can trade Gleyber Torres. Porn bots, yeah. The porn bots love us, man. We're like a magnet for porn. It's crazy, but like Beck's screwing the heat already. I'm only following you if I can throw pies at you. It's my final offer. Oh, man. Beck is a legend. Does Cole have Cole's opt-out is after the 2024 season. So after his 5th year. So he's got 2 more seasons here before he can opt out at the very least. But at that point, he might not opt out. You never know. They might add a year to his deal like they did with CC Sabathia so he wouldn't opt out. We got 100 likes, man. Thank you, guys. Can we get to 150? If anybody hasn't hit that like button, do me a favor and smash that like button right now, if you don't mind. All the boys, maybe they do. Maybe they do, JC. Well, the porn bots, maybe. Maybe the porn bots find me attractive, man. Kenley Jansen, he's a possibility too. I worry about the transition for the National League to the American League with him, but he might be good. He might be good. Gregory Soto is a guy, I really have my eyes on from Detroit. I really do. If Cole opts out, they can void the opt-out by adding another year. Yes, that's right. That's what I was talking about, adding that other year. Yep. Yes, indeed. Yankees need to start moving and get off their ass. Yes, they do, ballin'. Yes, they do. I mean, they got to make a push for a shortstop and then 2 outfielders if they lose Judge. 2. Right field and left field. If the right, I would agree with this. But watch. If Verlander goes to the Mets, the Dodgers are going to go hard after Rodon. The Astros will go hard after Rodon because they're going to want to replace Verlander. And there'll be some other teams that will go hard as well. Will I do a video that lists my most overrated Yankees or underrated Yankees? Yeah, sure. I'll do that for you, Davey. No problem. You mean recent or of all time, Davey? Yankees would love for Cole out time. I don't know. Stone. I don't know about that, man, because it's hard to find a guy that reliable and durable. Any possibility to sign Turner? Trey Turner? Maybe, but all signs seem to be pointing towards him signing with Philly. He does want to come back to the East Coast, though. So, no, exactly, Michael. You know exactly. Yeah, if you're a good hitter, you only hit against a very good pitcher. You get shut down always. Yeah, good pitching generally always beats good hitting. You think Judge cares about the legacy? Probably, but not as much as, he's not going to leave $50 million on the table for a legacy. It's not going to do that. The union would be pissed. His agent would be pissed. That would cause chaos. Yankees would appreciate it, but it would cause chaos around baseball. We lost to the Astros, but yeah, Astros pitching beat our hitting. No doubt about it. Are any good starters available in Kansas City? Reds or Pittsburgh? Not the Reds. They got rid of them. Kansas City, I don't think so. Pittsburgh? No, but Pittsburgh's got a power reliever in David Bednar. Well, I would tend to agree with this too. I don't think the Yankees, Astros need Justin Verlander as great as yeah. But I do think they would try to replace him with either a Rodon or somebody like that, or Bassett, or like a Ross Stripling or something like that. Ross Stripling is an underrated guy. I think he's going to have pretty good value. What's up? What's up for Train? You heard DeGrom to the Rangers, right? 37 per year for 5 to 6 years. Well, that's the thing too. Exactly, Billy. If Judge left $50 million on the table, the union would flip out. They would flip out. They keep wanting salaries to go up and up and up and up and up. So even if we had the best rotation with this offense, well, it depends on who they bring into the offense, Fritz. They know they got to upgrade it. That's for sure. So where was I when I heard the news? I was in my living room watching Kings of New York with Christopher Walken. Cabrera and Parada make roster after they came. Yeah. I don't think that's going to be a surprise. Bigger surprise would be if Volpe makes the roster. I think that's going to be the one where people are really curious about. But those two guys, I can't see them not making the roster unless one of them is traded for a starting pitcher or whatever. But if they're not traded, they're here. Outfield market is not deep. Not super deep, but they've got Nimmo. They've got Benintendi. Conforto could be here on a short, low-risk deal as well. So it's Judge and then a pretty big drop-off after Judge. I read the news today, boy, about a lucky man. Exactly, Beck. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I would agree, Billy. The Rangers are taking a huge chance, but they have to. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They got a new stadium. They got to, and it's the only way they're going to have a chance of beating the Astros, because they're in the same division. So, yeah. Cashman might be onto something, saying he's not on in his Judge's Hallas. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier as well. I think he might let Judge. Cashman's willing to let Judge walk. Hal doesn't seem like he is. Get a couple starters, re-sign Benintendi, and get a good reliever. Yeah, it could be. Could be. But they're going to need two outfielders if Judge walks. So, again, Benintendi and Nimmo, or Benintendi and Conforto. But I do Benintendi and Nimmo, or Benintendi and what's his name? Yoshida. I could see Judge signing during the winter meetings. With who? We don't know yet. So we need Correa or Turner plus Benintendi and Judge, Peraza, Volpe, and then right direction. Oh, that's a good start. That'd be a good start. Yeah, you guys get fat when everyone started on the street. It's a great movie. I never saw it before until today, Billy. I'm almost through with it. But my boy Lawrence Fishburne is in there too. I like Lawrence Fishburne. Nimmo's not worth $100 million. People really think he's not a difference maker. DeGrom will regret leaving New York. In 2 years, Rangers will be a fire sale. Maybe. You might be right, Tim King. No, Judge is not. Well, I don't know if he's still in Francisco or not. I have no idea. Who do you think we sign? First, I'm hoping it's Rodon, but I don't know, honestly. I really don't know, Kyle. Probably another reliever. Or they might trade for another reliever. Cashman's contract is up in December. Well, at the end of this month. So he's not re-signed yet as far as we know. They have a handshake agreement, but nothing's been signed on paper yet. So Judge will visit the Dodgers next and the Padres. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne's a cool dude, too. I met him a couple times. He's really cool. Yeah, somebody jump on and get Rodon now, man. Really. Get Rodon now. Rodon won't cost as much as DeGrom. So, even though at that price, they're going to try to get more because he's been healthier than DeGrom, and he's younger. He's like 4 or 5 years younger than DeGrom. So no, it's December 31st, Robert. I think it is, because he wouldn't be working right now without being under contract, unless he signed a contract and we don't know, which could very well happen because Cashman never tells us anything. So you might be right there. I would move on from Britton, in all honesty, Michael. I'll try to get Gregory Soto. Mets countering this with Verlander is going to be their version of Randy Johnson. Yeah, could be. Could be. I appreciate that, Gary. Thank you. You know, almost time for rebuild because we can't. No, I don't think they need to rebuild. They'll never really do a full rebuild, but they'll retool a little bit. And they got to figure out the right balance of young guys and expensive players and good veterans. They haven't done that yet. Closer, Sean, Gregory Soto from the Tigers. That's who I would go after. Now that they're not going to most likely not trade with the Seattle Mariners because of the Colton Wong trade earlier. He has posted arm problems, but not recently, Bill. They're already in on him, so I don't want Cole to opt out either. I don't think he will, actually. Don't want the Yankees to make a move just for the sake of making one. No, exactly. They got to make the right moves, Billy. Retooling would be letting Judge go. Would you agree? Yeah, because they would restock with other players. So, and Hal's already made it clear they're back to pre-pandemic revenues. They're making the money again like they were before. So, yeah. So they should be, coming out. And if I'm losing Judge, I'm replacing him with probably Nimmo and Benintendi, which will be, you can't replace Judge's production with one player. You just can't. But we also can't expect Judge to have another 62 home run year. That was a historic season. Look at guys like Maris. He was never above 30 home runs in his career, except for that 1 year at 61. So, and we're going to pay Judge $20 million more per year. We're going to double his salary. We're not going to get more production than he got this year. So that's the other side where I think it's important to consider too. If Cole opts out, I don't think he'll be back. Well, at that point, he'll be 34, so let him walk at that point. Yeah, I agree. Garrett Cole wasn't the big one of the problems that the Yankees had last year. It's so true. Judge, Verlander, Rodon, Benintendi, and Turner. Oh, that would be a killer off season, man. Killer. Dude, I've been talking about Brian Reynolds for about a year now, Richard. I would call Pittsburgh and say, look, can we get a trade done? What do you want for Brian Reynolds? But I wouldn't hesitate at all. What's up, TT? Talbot's in the house. Jacob DeGrom to the Texas Rangers. I don't know if you heard of Talbot. Yeah, people want to Judge to hit 60 every inning to legalize. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, Sammy Sosa hit over 60 at 3 or 4 times, but he was juiced to the gills. Okay? To the gills. So, Mattingly to the Blue Jays. A little heartbreaking for the Yankees, but it's a good move for the Blue Jays. Good move. What's with the stars next to people's name? That's if you want to highlight a comment or star comment. So, that's all. This Yankees front office is so stagnant. Yeah, I mean, most of the team's front office has been stagnant. Like, with the exception of a couple moves, like this was the first big domino to fall. Things are going to start trickling down now. Really would. So, let's try to get to 150 likes, gang, if we don't mind. If anybody hasn't hit that like. I saw 5 years, 185 with a 6-year option to make it 222. So, it's 37 per season, Tyler Talbot. So, it's taking him from his 35 year to his 39th or 40th year season. Well, I would agree too. Ryan to the Yankees should happen even if they get Judge. I could agree. He's got 3 more years of arbitration. He's just hitting ARB. Just hitting ARB. So, like, he's a perfect guy to go after, and the Yankees have enough prospect capital to get it done. Yeah, Judge is going to be lured by Spencer Jones. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Babe Ruth hit 50 plus. Yeah, only hit 55, and he also averaged, like I think he averaged like 47 home runs a year. But he was also a big fat slob too. They didn't have steroids back in the day, and he also swung a 50-ounce bat, which was like a tree trunk. So, yeah. Call me crazy, but the Rangers, they might, man. They might. I would maybe a wild card. I don't think they're done making moves yet either. I don't think they're done. Like this because it makes it harder for the Astros. Yeah, it makes it hard for the Astros, yes. But the Astros, watch the Astros sign Wilson Contreras over the next couple of days, too. So, Dansby Swanson for shortstop. Yeah, it could be. Could be. I mean, if I'm going to go there, I'm going to go to Xander Bogaerts instead of Swanson, in my opinion, because he's familiar with the American League East and he's playoff tested, too. So, and Swanson's playoff tested, too, and they're both good. But I'd rather go with the familiarity of the AL East. JV comes. What's your opening day start? JV or Cole? Cole. Still Cole. And Rangers need another starting pitcher. Yeah, exactly. They still need guys. If they're watch the Rangers make an offer for Aaron Judge. This one came out of nowhere for DeGrom. Watch them. They gave $325 million to Corey Seager and $175 to Marcus Semien. You think they're going to be afraid to to pay Aaron Judge like $360, $380? I don't think they'll be afraid to. If they want to win, those are the types of moves they're going to have to make. So, yep. So the Yankees sign who? Sign me for 5 years, 200. Me? Yeah, I would definitely. I mean, I'll do whatever they want for $40 million per year. I'm up. I'm game for that, Bill. I'm game. Yeah. I'll be the best ball boy, food retriever that they ever had. The Mets I don't think the Mets are going to get Judge. I'm a Pirate and a Yankee fan. I'm going to be right to say they aren't moving Reynolds at all. They'd be wise to move Reynolds because they're not going to compete anytime soon. Reynolds like the Pirates, and they like him. Jay Moore looking to improve the team. They would improve the team more by moving him for a handful of players and using that money to get other guys. They're not competing anytime soon. I would give up Dominguez in a heartbeat, Rainey, right? For Reynolds. Reynolds to me is the finished product of Dominguez. Yeah. Yeah, the Rangers are being bold, man. Balling. They're being absolutely bold. Jose Trevino would have tried to trade. Yeah, I mean, you could have them both and get a nice platoon going. So why not? Watch the Guardians, too. I think the Guardians are a good under-the-radar fit for Sean Murphy as well as the Cardinals. So I could see him going to a central team in either league. A-Rod signed for a quarter. Yeah. Yep. Exactly, Billy. Give me a future outfield, the Judge, Reynolds, and Big Spence. No, not a bad one, Brian Beck. You would do more than what Ellsbury did for us. I might. I did play football and faster than Ellsbury, so. So the Yankees get Sean Manaea for the bullpen. Nah, I think he's going to get starter money. I would go for Gregory Soto. I would try to trade Gleyber Torres for Gregory Soto. Benny and Nimmo would be perfect if they move Judge. Or if Judge moves, I should say. I wish I did, Michael. I wish I did have house phone number. We try to get him on the live and try to talk to him. Talk some sense to this guy. My package for Reynolds, it would probably be Jason Dominguez, Will Warren, a major league guy like Estevan Florial, another pitcher, probably 4 players or something like that. Couple major league ready, and a couple with super high ceilings. Like you got 2 top 5 prospects. Josh Bell's still an option for the Yankees. Yeah, but for what position? They don't need him now. They brought Rizzo back. So they don't need Josh Bell. Mets lose Nimmo and don't get Rodon. Their fans will go, yeah, they might. You might be right there too, William. It's going to be crazy the next couple of days. So, but I'm going to go. I'm going to let you guys go. We're going to be live tomorrow night for at least an hour. So I got to go. My wife is going to bring the kids home now. I got to get them ready for bed. Do I get it, Rainey? I understand. Reynolds is not what Dominguez is going to. We don't know. Dominguez is way overhyped, and they're complaining again about his lack of hustle. I think he's going to be a bust, Jason Dominguez. I'll say it again. I think he's going to be a bust. So, and they have a kid, Brandon Maye, who they planning on signing, who's higher rated than him. They also have, what's the kid's name? Everson Pereira, who's highly rated too, and also a top 5. I would move Dominguez personally, but I get what you're saying, Rainy Night Game. I totally get it. Totally get it. He's got a high ceiling, but he's not applying himself the way that high ceiling suggests he should, at least in my opinion, but I could be wrong, and I hope I am. But have a great night, everybody. I'm glad you were here to get the DeGrom news. We will go live tomorrow night. We'll go live longer. I got guests coming on. It's going to be lit, gang. Absolutely lit. Appreciate you all. Peace and love. Over and out.